Chapter 1. A stream of light fell from the sky and directly landed on a lush green mountain. Yang Feng opened his eyes, touched his somewhat aching head, held a scarlet rhombus crystal in his hand, and turned his head to look to the side. He saw a humanoid robot the size of a person sitting opposite him, emitting a metallic luster as if made of gold. Begin unlocking. Unlocking procedure complete. Shizu's soul fluctuations cannot be sensed. Determined that the Shizu have already perished. In accordance with the 372nd regulation, begin searching for a new master. Begin scanning. The humanoid robot's eyes at once blossomed with rays of red light, and a strange fluctuation spread in all directions with it as the core. The scarlet rhombus crystal in Yang Feng's hand at once blossomed with scarlet rays of light and emitted a terrifying heat. So hot! Yang Feng only felt as if his right hand was scalded to mush, his face distorted, and he shouted. Shortly after, the scarlet rhombus crystal strangely flew up and entered between his eyebrows. Yang Feng only felt the world spin around him, and then fainted. Lock on new master. New master obtained level 1 authority. The humanoid robot's eyes flickered, and it sat beside Yang Feng. The next morning, when the sun shone on the earth, Yang Feng slowly woke up. Master, you're awake. Yang Feng had just opened his eyes, when a voice was immediately transmitted from the side. You are robot? Artificial intelligence? Yang Feng woke up with a start. He looked at the humanoid robot beside him and was startled, blurting out, Master? What does that mean? I don't remember buying a robot. The golden humanoid robot said, I'm one of the Shizu's inheritance robots. I'm responsible for inheriting the Shizu's civilization and technology. The universe's last Shizu has already disappeared, therefore I was activated, and in accordance with the regulations, I chose you as my new master. Inheritance robot. Artificial intelligence. In that case, I'm going to be rich. That's great. This is Earth's first genuine artificial intelligence robot. Great. I'm going to be rich. Yang Feng's eyes blossomed with ecstasy, and he very vulgarly rolled a few times on the ground. A real artificial intelligence robot was definitely a priceless treasure on Earth. As long as it was used well, it would not be a problem to earn hundreds of millions of RMB. Several hundred million RMB was enough for Yang Feng to indulge in debauchery and extravagance for a lifetime. When I get rich, blonde Western girls, black-haired pure Eastern girls, luxurious cruises, beautiful beaches and world-class delicacies, I want to enjoy them all. I am such a vulgar person. Yang Feng rolled on the ground while happily thinking about his future. The golden humanoid robot said, Master, I'm very sorry to inform you that this isn't Earth, but a planet with a valuation that's 10,000 times higher than Earth. In layman's terms, you've transmigrated. Yang Feng's smile stiffened. The blonde and blue-eyed Western girls, the black-haired and pure Oriental girls, the luxurious cruise ship, the beautiful beach, and the world's delicacies, everything seemed to have been shattered. Yang Feng got up from the ground and asked somewhat nervously, How high is your battle prowess? The golden humanoid robot said, Biochemical beasts below level 3 are no match for me. According to Earth standards, I can blow away beasts like lions and tigers with a single punch. But I'm not a battle-type robot. Any level 4 battle robot or above has a higher battle prowess than me. Yang Feng's complexion was unsightly as he said, What abilities do you have? The golden humanoid robot said, Master, my abilities have long been imprinted in your mind. You only need to carefully recall and you'll know my abilities. Yang Feng began to recall according to what was said. Shortly after, countless pieces of information gushed out from his mind. He also had a basic understanding of the golden humanoid robot's abilities. Inside the golden humanoid robot was an incomparably formidable smart brain. The smart brain's computing speed was an astronomical figure. The computing speed of all of Earth's computers added together couldn't compare to the golden robot's smart brain by 1 trillionth. The golden robot's smart brain recorded countless Shiclan's technology, from when Shiclan was at its weakest to when it was at its strongest. At the same time, there were countless blueprints of weapons. Any one of these blueprints, if placed on Earth, could absolutely be sold for a sky-high price. Casually taking out a few kinds of technology could make Earth's technology have earth-shaking progress. Apart from this, the golden robot also had the terrifying ability to create things from nothing. As long as it had enough energy, it could create any kind of weapon out of nothing. Yang Feng opened his eyes, stared at the humanoid robot and asked, "How should I address you?" "I'm number 3796 Inheritance Robot." "Master, you can call me number 3796, or give me a name that you like." "Then I'll call you number 3796. Number 3796, start the mimicry system, morph into a human form." "Yes, Master." Number 3796 responded. Its body twisted and quickly morphed into a human of the same size as Yang Feng, with an ordinary appearance. Yang Feng continued to issue orders. "Start the scanning system, look for the nearest human village in the vicinity. If there are no signs of human habitation within 50 kilometers, then look for a place with a water source and no formidable life forms." Although number 3790 SIX's battle prowess wasn't strong, but it had a lot of formidable auxiliary abilities. The life detection ability was also one of its abilities. Moreover, as long as it had enough energy, its detection range could even reach up to 5,000 kilometers and above. But the larger the detection range, the more energy it consumed. All of no. 3,790 SIX's actions consumed energy. Yang Feng naturally didn't dare to wantonly waste precious energy. "Master, start the scanning mode. Scanning range is 50 kilometers in diameter, consuming 0.1 kuan of energy per hour." Number 3790 SIX's eyes flashed with a red light. A formidable detection ripple spread in all directions with it as the core. Kuan was one of Shi Clan's energy measurement units. It was also Shi Clan's smallest energy measurement unit. Scanning complete. The red light in number 3790 SIX's eyes disappeared. It pointed towards a small road in the west and said, "Follow this direction for 5 kilometers and there will be a human village. There's a corpse on the road. The corpse's time of death didn't exceed 9 hours." Yang Feng said, "Then first go to the corpse and obtain information about this world." "Yes, Master." Under NR 3790 SIX's lead, after walking for approximately 1 kilometer, in a remote underbrush, Yang Feng discovered a black-haired and black-eyed young man's corpse, dressed in a Western medieval gorgeous hunting suit, aged approximately 21 or 22 years old. Yang Feng ordered, "Read his memories." Although number 3790 SIX's battle prowess wasn't strong, it belonged to the bottom of the Shi clan's battle sequence, but it had a lot of terrifying auxiliary abilities. As long as the brain of any life form hasn't been completely corroded by microorganisms, then it could read the life form's memories from the brain. Chapter 2. A fine golden tentacle suddenly extended from NR 3790 SIX's body and pierced into the head of the man with oriental characteristics. Beginning memory reading, consumes 0.1 kuan of energy per hour. 10 seconds later, NR 3796 directly said, "Memory reading has been completed, whether to begin transmission or not." Yang Feng decisively said, "Begin transmission." In this unknown world, intelligence and information are extremely important. If one knows nothing about this world, then that's the most dangerous. N 3790 SIX's eyes flashed with a red light. A huge amount of information was immediately transmitted into Yang Feng's mind, letting him obtain a lot of information. The corpse's owner was called Zhaojiang. He was Turandot Subcontinent's Fernandro Principality's first successor. His fief was Autumn Leaf Town, which wasn't far from here. Zhao Ming's childhood wish was to become a legendary warlock capable of slaying dragons, his name spreading throughout the entire Turandot subcontinent. After he grew up, he came to know that warlocks, this kind of existence, was formidable and mysterious. It was impossible for a small aristocrat like him to even see a warlock, let alone become a noble and formidable warlock. After Zhao Jiang grew up, his wish was to cultivate his family's inherited martial art Thunderox, promote to a knight, earn 1,000 gold coins, hand over to Fernandro Principality, and preserve Zhao clan's aristocratic title as a baron. But wanting to promote to a knight wasn't that simple. Zhao Jiang painstakingly cultivated Thunderox since childhood and now was only an intermediate warrior. Wanting to become a knight, God knows how long it would take to accomplish. Yang Feng's eyes flashed with a touch of radiance as he said, "This identity isn't bad. Western medieval aristocrats in their own fief are like local tyrants, they can do whatever they want." And 3796, I remember that there are many kinds of transformation equipment. Looking at the present situation, which one has the highest cost-performance ratio? Injecting nano-transformation robot consumes 50 kuan of energy. The advantage is that you can freely transform your body. You can transform into anyone's appearance, height, voice. Transformation mask consumes 1 kuan of energy, can perfectly transform your face and voice. Yang Feng examined NR 3790 SIXS energy storage with a glance. He discovered that NR 3790 SIXS current energy storage only had 34 kuan left. Once there's no energy, N 3796 must absorb solar energy from the sun to replenish his energy, requiring a large amount of time to restore all of his strength. Yang Feng thought for a moment and said, "My height and his are about the same, then I'll get a transformation mask." Master. Number 3796 extended his right hand, and a suction force gushed out from his hand, sucking in the countless fine iron, sand and various fine minerals on the ground into his hand, condensing them into a ball. With a twist, the ball transformed into a mask as thin as silk. Yang Feng put the mask on his face twisted and within a breath, it deformed into Zhao Jiang's appearance. "Burn him!" After taking off Zhao Jiang's clothes and putting them on, Yang Feng looked at Zhao Jiang's corpse and said lightly, "Yes, Master." Number 3790 SIXS right hand transformed into a flamethrower. It sprayed out a long flame that enveloped Zhao Jiang's corpse. The raging flames immediately engulfed Zhao Jiang's corpse. "Zhao Jiang, lend me this identity for a while. In exchange, if your enmity isn't too troublesome, then I'll also help you take revenge." Yang Feng looked at Zhao Jiang's corpse being burned by the flames and said lightly, "Let's go." After Yang Feng saw Zhao Jiang's corpse turn into ashes, he turned around and walked together with N 3976 towards Autumn Leaf Town. Autumn Leaf Town is a small town brimming with Western medieval style. The town's road is a bumpy, muddy road. Everywhere you can see the feces of chickens, ducks, cows, horses and other livestock. The town's houses are also dilapidated, even China's many new villages can't compare. In that small town, everyone's clothes are shabby, their faces are yellow, the majority of them are black-haired and black-eyed Orientals. The number of blonde-haired and blue-eyed Westerners is relatively small. Turandot subcontinent is a continent dominated by white people. The black-haired and black-eyed Orientals are classified as a bullied and humiliated race at the bottom. After Zhao Jiang's ancestor crossed the sea and arrived at Turandot subcontinent, with the identity of a great knight, the first generation of Fernandro Principality's king established countless heroic deeds. Only then was he conferred the title of Baron. Moreover, he brought a large number of black-haired, black-eyed and yellow-skinned Orientals to open up the wasteland. After 3 generations of hard work, only then did Autumn Leaf Town, this small town. The majority of Autumn Leaf Town's residents are also mainly Orientals, giving Yang Feng a somewhat space-time disordered feeling. "Lord, thank God, you've finally returned." Yang Feng returned to Autumn Leaf Castle. An approximately 50 to 60 years old man with white hair and beard, dressed in a butler's attire, immediately greeted him. Yang Feng took off his coat, handed it to the old man and asked, "Butler Lu, how much money does our clan currently have?" Butler Lu is an old man who has served 2 generations of barons in Autumn Leaf Castle. He is the clearest about Autumn Leaf Castle's finances. Butler Lu thought for a moment and said, "Lord, we currently have 456 gold coins. In Turandot subcontinent, 1 gold coin can be exchanged for 20 silver coins or 2,000 copper coins. 456 gold coins is already a huge sum." Yang Feng said, "Leave 100 gold coins for emergencies, immediately use the rest of the money to buy iron ore. Quickly ship it back, I have great use for it." Butler Lu was secretly alarmed, somewhat cautiously said, "Lord, our Autumn Leaf town doesn't have any iron ore production. We have to go to the nearby Blackrock town to buy iron ore. Blackrock town's Baron Kirov is our clan's mortal enemy. If he sees us buying iron ore in large quantities, he will certainly substantially increase the price of iron ore. It's very disadvantageous for us. It would be better for us to go to Giant Stone City to look for other ore merchants and buy ore from them." Baron Kirov? Yang Feng carefully flipped through Zhao Zhang's memories. Very quickly he found this name. Baron Kirov is Giant Stone City's city lord Viscount Harley's dog. With the help of Viscount Harley, he unceasingly uses various means to erode Zhao Jiang clan's territory. He is Zhao Jiang clan's most ferocious enemy. Zhao Jiang's death is extremely strange. Yang Feng speculates that Baron Kirov is definitely one of the biggest suspects. Interesting. The corners of Yang Feng's mouth slightly rose, his eyes flashed with a whiff of excitement as he said, "Baron Kirov seems to also have a usury business. Send someone to contact him, say that I fancy Giant Stone City's Miss Qian Qian, I want to help Qian Qian redeem herself, I want to use my Autumn Leaf Town's territory as collateral to borrow 5,000 gold coins from him." Butler Lu was greatly alarmed in his heart. He promptly advised, "Lord, Baron Kirov is a vicious wolf that eats people without blinking. Every month the interest is as high as 4%, moreover it's compounded interest. We can't even afford the 5,000 gold coins interest. When the time comes, the foundation of Autumn Leaf Town will certainly be taken away by Baron Kirov." Zhao Feng's face sank as he said, "I have my own plans, go do it." Butler Lu seemed to have aged a dozen years. He gave a long sigh, bowed and left the room. "Yes." Chapter 3. Blackrock Town is located next to Autumn Leaf Town. There are several large mines in the town's surroundings. This Blackrock Town is also the wealthiest town among the 38 villages and towns under Giant Stone City's jurisdiction. A tall, blue-haired, blue-eyed, aquiline nose, a pair of eyes flashing with a ruthless glint, a tall and sturdy man sat in a luxurious room and said with a cold smile, "That waste Zhao Jiang used Autumn Leaf Town as collateral to borrow 5,000 gold coins to help Sissy redeem her freedom? For a trifling woman, he even sold his ancestors' property, truly a waste." This tall white man is Blackrock Town's lord, Baron Kirov. He is Blackrock Town's ruler. He controls Blackrock Town with an iron fist. The entire Blackrock Town's people tremble in fear when they hear his name. If I knew he was such a waste, then I wouldn't have taken the risk to hire Black Scorpion to assassinate him. I wasted 500 gold coins in vain. Baron Kirov's eyebrows wrinkled. He somewhat doubtfully whispered, "Black Scorpion said that Zhao Jiang was already killed by them. What's going on? Don't tell me it was to swindle my bounty?" After pondering for a moment, Baron Kirov raised his head towards a man wearing a butler's uniform standing to the side and said, "Gerald, you go and tell Zhao Jiang that I'll only lend him 2,500 gold coins at 4% interest per month. Autumn Leaf Town is only worth 2,500 gold coins. Moreover, he must repay the loan with interest within 2 months." Jaro replied respectfully and retreated, "Yes." Kirov exposed a trace of a proud smile. "In another 2 months, Autumn Leaf Town will be in my pocket. If this treasure land of Autumn Leaf Town falls into my hands, then I can obtain at least 2,000 gold coins every year." Autumn Leaf Town is a small town that is extremely suitable for farming. There is a large amount of land around Autumn Leaf Town. Zhao Jiang's clan has always been suppressed by Giant Stone City and Kirov. That's why they seem very embarrassed. The clan unexpectedly can't even take out 1,000 gold coins. If Kirov controls Autumn Leaf Town, then as long as he manages it a bit, he can obtain a huge profit from a large number of immigrants from other places. Autumn Leaf Town. Being a minor aristocrat in a different world really isn't as comfortable as being a commoner in a modern society. Yang Feng walked on Autumn Leaf Town Street, somewhat gloomily sighed. In this different world, there were no televisions, no internet, no drinks, and the entertainment was extremely poor. Breakfast was white bread and potato soup, lunch was also white bread and potato soup, and dinner was white bread and meat soup. After eating this kind of food for a few days, Yang Feng felt that his stomach was somewhat unable to bear it. But after seeing the other residents of Autumn Leaf Village eat the same hard black bread and clear water, Yang Feng felt that his meals could already be considered very good. In this Autumn Leaf Village, even though Yang Feng has enormous power, even if he forcibly abducts women, there is no law that can restrain him. However, the number of young girls in Red Leaf Town was only a few dozen, and their appearances were average. Aside from being youthful and lively, it was difficult to even find a girl who could be called a beauty. In fact, with Shen Lei's power, as long as he beckoned with his finger, all the girls in the town who didn't have a partner would voluntarily go to his bed. However, none of them caught his eye. The reason why Zhao Jiang had always been single was because in this Autumn Leaf Village he couldn't find a girl he liked. In short, Autumn Leaf Village's mayor cum Baron Yang Feng's enjoyment was even inferior to Earth's modern commoners. Yang Feng passed through Autumn Leaf Village and entered a small house in a wasteland in the north. Yang Feng entered the room and loudly said towards Enner, 3796, En, 3796, begin. I can't wait a moment longer. Master, please choose your creation. En, 3790's hand blossomed with rays of light, all kinds of modern-style buildings and equipment appeared in the air. Yang Feng quickly made his choice. The first thing to ensure is energy. Then first build 100 units of solar energy-absorbing umbrellas. And 3796 can use energy to synthesize any substance. Its movement also requires a large amount of energy. It can be said that energy is its life. Under the current relatively peaceful circumstances, Yang Feng chose to build energy-absorbing units. Solar energy-absorbing umbrellas are the most suitable units for absorbing energy at the moment. 3796 quickly went outside, extended his hand, a blue ray of light shot out from his hand and illuminated those piles of iron ore. Those piles of iron ore under the illumination of that blue ray of light quickly decomposed into steel chunks and various substances. Those steel chunks and some substances twisted together, at once deformed into countless components. Those countless components under the illumination of the blue ray of light automatically assembled into an umbrella-like solar energy-absorbing umbrella. A solar energy-absorbing umbrella took shape. A thin line immediately extended from NR 3790 SIXS body and pierced the bottom of the solar energy-absorbing umbrella, absorbing the solar energy-absorbing umbrella's energy. Every half an hour, a solar energy-absorbing umbrella would appear in the wasteland. One day later, 48 solar energy-absorbing umbrellas covered the wasteland. 2 days later, 96 solar energy-absorbing umbrellas appeared in the wasteland. On the third day, beside NR 3976 appeared a 3 m tall, cylindrical, 16 mechanical arms. Each mechanical arm was respectively embedded with drills, hammers, pliers, electric welders and other kinds of equipment. On the fourth day, the number of engineering robots multiplied to 3, and the number of solar energy-absorbing umbrellas multiplied to 200. On the fifth day, the number of engineering robots multiplied to 9, and the number of solar energy-absorbing umbrellas multiplied to 300. On the sixth day, the number of engineering robots multiplied to 27, and the number of solar energy-absorbing umbrellas multiplied to 400. On the seventh day, the number of engineering robots multiplied to 81, and the number of solar energy-absorbing umbrellas multiplied to 500. On the eighth day, the number of engineering robots multiplied to 243, and the number of solar energy-absorbing umbrellas multiplied to 600. On the ninth day, earth-shattering changes occurred in the wasteland as numerous factories appeared out of thin air, and rumbling sounds continuously resounded from within the factories. On the 10th day, as if countless flowers had sprouted from the wasteland, 2,000 solar energy-absorbing umbrellas appeared, frantically absorbing all kinds of energy. The wasteland that was originally full of rocks and unable to be cultivated had now become a huge factory. Numerous factories were situated within the huge factory, emitting bursts of mechanical roars. "Greetings, Master." Yang Feng approached the huge factory. In front of the factory's entrance, Two warriors carrying long blades on their backs immediately knelt on the ground and said in an ice-cold mechanical voice. Yang Feng swept the two warriors with a glance that looked practically identical to humans. Without saying a single word, he directly walked inside the factory. After Yang Feng entered the factory, the two warriors carrying long blades on their backs stood up practically at the same time, their movements exactly the same. Yang Feng directly walked towards the largest factory, only to see that in the largest factory, there was a huge circular metal ball hanging above. Countless mechanical tentacles extended from the huge metal ball, acting as a variety of tools, directly assembling the components transported from the assembly line into one robot after another. Many robots came down from the assembly line, immediately leaving the factory and entering other factories, assuming the role of workers, extracting a variety of metals and manufacturing one component after another. N3796 came to Yang Feng's side from the factory and asked, "Master, do you have any instructions?" Yang Feng said, "I came to take a look at the factory's production situation. Give me a report." NR3796 said, "At present, there are 378 production automatic robots. If there is a need, then within a day, another 500 can be manufactured. But I have to remind you, iron ore is already insufficient. Currently, a large amount of iron ore is required." Chapter 4. 3796 can use energy to synthesize any substance out of nothing. In theory, as long as there is sufficient energy and there are records in its database, anything can be directly synthesized using energy. However, without energy, the energy required to transform into a substance is extremely terrifying. Therefore, the mass production of all kinds of technological creations still requires all kinds of materials. Insufficient iron ore? Yang Feng's eyebrows slightly creased. Although these days Yang Feng has already offered a large price tag to urge those merchants to transport iron ore to Autumn Leaf Village and wantonly plunder Autumn Leaf Village's ironware, but it is still far from being able to meet the production needs of this machinery factory. Yang Feng's eyes flashed and he said in a deep voice, "There's no other way, it seems that I must expand. Bring out all the battle robot models that can be produced." Then, 3796 quickly brought out all kinds of battle robots. Primary bladed troop robot, height 6 m, weight 6 t, equipped with 8 superalloy blade arms, can cut through level 4 protective covers, equipped with a solar double-cylinder power furnace, combat radius 650 kilometers, equipped with a level 1 protective cover. Complete production requires 800 Kuan of energy. General evaluation of battle prowess level 7. Primary bladed troop robot, height 6 m, weight 6 t, equipped with 8 superalloy blade arms, can cut through level 4 protective covers, equipped with a solar double-cylinder power furnace, combat radius 450 kilometers. Complete production requires 20 Kuan of energy. General evaluation of battle prowess level 6. Primary gunner troop robot, height 5 m, weight 18 t, equipped with 4 6-barreled Vulcan cannons, equipped with a 37 mm caliber anti-aircraft cannon, equipped with a solar double-cylinder power furnace, combat radius 650 kilometers, ammunition capacity 40,000 rounds, equipped with a level 1 protective cover. Complete production requires 800 Kuan of energy. General evaluation of battle prowess level 7. Primary gunner troop robot, height 5 m, weight 18 t, equipped with 4 6-barreled Vulcan cannons, equipped with a 37 mm caliber anti-aircraft cannon, equipped with a solar double-cylinder power furnace, combat radius 450 kilometers, ammunition capacity 40,000 rounds. Complete production requires 20 Kuan of energy. General evaluation of battle prowess level 6. Primary gunner troop robot, height 5 m, weight 38 t, equipped with 24 rocket launchers, automatic homing missile launchers, 150 mm caliber heavy cannons. Equipped with a solar double-cylinder power furnace, combat radius 450 kilometers, ammunition capacity 40,000 rounds, equipped with a level 1 protective cover. Complete production requires 800 Kuan of energy. General Evaluation of Battle Prowess Level 7. Primary Gunner Troop Robot. General Evaluation of Battle Prowess Level 6. The main force is the Shield Soldier Robot. It is 8 meters tall and weighs 60 tons. It has a super alloy broadsword. Equipped with a solar energy 4-cylinder power furnace, a combat radius of 450 kilometers, and equipped with a level 2 protective shield. All kinds of defensive equipment. Full production requires 800 Kuan of energy. Overall evaluation, level 7. Main robot shield soldier, equipped with level 1 protective shield. Overall evaluation, level 6. Low-altitude small-sized reconnaissance satellite, 3 meters in diameter, maximum flying altitude of 30,000 meters. The detection range is 50 kilometers. Scouting mechanical fly, scouting range 200 meters. The liquid metal robot is 3 meters tall and weighs 1 ton. It can freely change into any form and freely use a variety of weapons. Fear of fire, lightning, corrosive acid, and other large-scale destructive attacks. Requires 100 Kuan of energy. Overall evaluation level 6. Falcon heavy-duty assault helicopter, equipped with 437. 5mm machine guns, 2 Flame air-to-air missiles, and 2 Falcon air-to-ground missiles. Manufacturing requires 100 Kuan of energy. Overall evaluation level 7. Lightning supersonic fighter jet, equipped with 150mm caliber machine gun, 2 Blazing air-to-air missiles, and 2 Falcon air-to-ground missiles. Overall evaluation, 7. Manufacturing requires 100 Kuan of energy. Takeoff requires a runway. Giant Elephant heavy-duty bomber, manufacturing requires 100 Kuan of energy. Overall evaluation level 7. Thunder Demon heavy-duty transport aircraft, manufacturing requires 60 Kuan of energy. Overall evaluation level 5. Yang Feng looked at the information of all kinds of battle weapons, his eyebrows slightly creased, and he said in a deep voice, "The highest is only level 7, isn't that too weak? There aren't any higher-leveled battle weapons?" When he obtained the inheritance, Yang Feng saw a lot of terrifying battle weapons. The might of each of those battle weapons wasn't something that trifling level 7 robots could compare to. There is, however, my current maximum energy limit is 100 Kuan. I can only manufacture parts below 100 Kuan. Level 8 and above battle robots require more than 100 Kuan to manufacture parts. Currently, I'm unable to manufacture those parts, and also unable to manufacture level 8 and above battle robots. To solve this problem, there are 3 ways. The first way is to manufacture a fortified stronghold. Using the fortified stronghold's large-scale energy and material converter, it can directly convert higher-leveled materials. The second way is to find suitable materials. The third way is to upgrade this place's science and technology step by step, construct even more munitions factories, until this place's science and technology can manufacture those materials and parts. Fortified stronghold? Yang Feng's mind moved, looking towards the bottom. A mobile fortified stronghold with a diameter of 3,000 meters. Equipped with 100 rhombus laser cannons, 100 200mm heavy cannons, 345 mm heavy cannons, 100 basic stronghold cannons, and a level 3 large protective shield. Requires 10,000 tons of steel, 100,000 Kuan of energy, dimensional crystal. Overall battle strength evaluation level 10. Fuck! Yang Feng cursed in a low voice. That 10,000 tons of steel requires 20 to 30,000 tons of iron ore. A ton of iron ore is approximately 2 gold coins. 30,000 tons of iron ore is equivalent to 60,000 gold coins. If one were to use normal means to purchase, even Autumn Leaf Village's 100 years of income wouldn't be enough. As for energy, a solar energy umbrella can absorb 0.01 Kuan of energy per day. Currently, 2,000 solar energy umbrellas can only absorb 20 Kuan of energy. With the current progress, it would take a full 50,000 days to gather enough energy for a portable fortified stronghold. As for the dimensional crystal, Yang Feng has never even heard of its existence. Thinking for a moment, Yang Feng said, First create a simplified version of bladed troops, gunner troops and gunner troops for me to use. And the 3796 somewhat doubtfully asked, simplified version? Yang Feng proposed his own requirements for improvement, reducing all kinds of aspects. My current enemies are only medieval humans who don't even have guns. Bladed troops' blades only need to be able to behead knights. Gunner troops can use 12. 5mm heavy machine guns. Gunner troops only need to be equipped with 120mm heavy machine guns. Their combat radius can also be reduced to 200 kilometers. Their body also doesn't need to be too big, the size of a human is fine. If possible, add a layer of human-like skin on their body, making them look like humans. And a 3796, according to Yang Feng's requirements, quickly carried out another design and modification, quickly designing a battle robot that meets Yang Feng's requirements. Simplified version of primary bladed troops robot, 1. 8 m tall, 600 kilograms, equipped with 2 superalloy blades, small power furnace, combat radius of 200 kilometers. Complete manufacturing requires 0. 1 Kuan of energy. General battle strength evaluation level 4. Simplified version of primary gunner troops robot, 1. 8 m tall, 600 kilograms, equipped with 12. 5mm heavy machine guns, small power furnace, combat radius of 200 kilometers. Complete manufacturing requires 0. 1 Kuan of energy. General battle strength evaluation level 4. Simplified version of primary gunner troops robot, 1. 8 m tall, 600 kilograms, equipped with 120mm heavy machine guns, small power furnace, combat radius of 200 kilometers. Complete manufacturing requires 0. 1 Kuan of energy. General battle strength evaluation level 4. Yang Feng, very satisfied, placed a large order. First create one of each to protect my safety, then create 100 of each type of robot. 3796 said, yes. Chapter 5. Terminator. This is great. 3 Terminators as my bodyguards. This kind of treatment, even the leaders of the countries on Earth can't compare. Yang Feng looked at the 3 humanoid robots in front of him and couldn't help but praise loudly. Terminator bodyguards, this is a man's romance. In front of Yang Feng stood 3 humanoid robots. Each one had a grim expression, wore black sunglasses, wore a black cloak, had a tall stature, and looked extremely cool. The bladed troops had 2 superalloy blades on their backs. The gunner troops had a 12. 5mm caliber heavy machine gun on their backs, and the artillery troops had a 120mm caliber heavy cannon barrel on their backs. These 3 humanoid robots had great research value. If they were to be sold on Earth, the price of each one would probably be more than 100 million yuan. Casually selling one, Yang Feng wouldn't have to worry for a lifetime. Number 3796 reminded, Master, this design greatly reduces their combat ability. The human form was not the best form for battle. If they are designed to look like spiders or other beasts, their combat power can be increased by at least 20% and up to 120%. The bladed troops form was originally a beast form with 8 blade-like arms. Now that it was simplified by Yang Feng into a human form, its battle prowess immediately dropped by a lot. Yang Feng smiled slightly and explained, in terms of battle prowess, beast form might be much stronger than human form. However, this was human society. These humanoid robots are much more convenient than those beast-shaped robots. Number 3796 said, yes. Yang Feng said, by the way, help me deduce when I will be able to cultivate the Thunderox method to the Great Knight rank. Deduction begins. Modeling analysis. This deduction would consume 0. 1 Kuan of energy. Deductions begin. Number 3790 SIX's eyes flashed with a red light, using his super computing ability to begin deductions. 20 seconds later. The deduction is complete. Based on your current situation, Master. If you follow the optimal training method that I've designed after optimizing it, you'll be able to become a beginner warrior in 2 years, an intermediate warrior in 5 years, and an advanced warrior in 10 years. I can't break through the knight level and become a grand knight. Yang Feng felt very incredulous, saying, how is this possible? This Thunder Ox art could be cultivated to the grand knight level. After your optimization, why can't I even promote to a knight? There are two reasons. The first reason is that you have missed the best age to cultivate. According to the analysis, the best age to cultivate this cultivation technique is from 9 to 16 years old. The second reason is that master's cultivation aptitude is the most useless of all useless, or in short, super useless. It is incompatible with the Thunder Ox technique, and without the help of external forces, it is simply impossible to break through and become a knight-level practitioner. Number 3796 ruthlessly said. Super trash. Yang Feng was somewhat speechless. He didn't think that his cultivation aptitude would actually be this poor. Number 3796 comforted him. But master, you don't need to feel too inferior. In fact, after thousands of years of degeneration, the people of Earth are basically super trash when it comes to cultivation. You're not the only one. Yang Feng was somewhat speechless when he heard that, but he finally felt a bit better. Yang Feng asked, is there a solution? If it's the Shizu, don't tell me they didn't collect any cultivation methods? Using Star River Golden Flower, Sun True Water, Amethyst 7-colored fruit, Star Field Fetal Membrane, these treasures can easily let you directly promote to a level 10 expert. A trifling knight can be casually slapped to death. Moreover, it can also completely upgrade your cultivation aptitude. As for the Shizu, they basically didn't collect cultivation methods, because the Shizu are already soul bodies, completely integrated with us robots, immortal and indestructible. As long as their subordinate robots aren't destroyed, then they won't truly die. Master, if you want to live forever, then you can merge with me. Henceforth, as long as there is a robot branded with your soul brand, then you will live forever and be everywhere. Number 3790's eyes flashed with a red light as he advised. Yang Feng laughed and said, let's talk about it later. I currently have no intention of turning into a robot. With great difficulty, he obtained such a golden thigh like number 3796. Yang Feng still hasn't enjoyed the benefits of a golden thigh. He doesn't want to turn into a robot. At least, he still hasn't been forced into a desperate situation. He absolutely doesn't want to turn into a robot. A trace of a bad premonition welled up in Yang Feng's heart. He directly said, Star River Golden Flower, Sun True Water, Amethyst 7-colored fruit, Star Field Fetal Membrane, these treasures, can you synthesize them? Only after building a Level 7 portable fortified stronghold can I synthesize them. Level 7 portable fortified stronghold. Yang Feng was somewhat speechless. The materials required for each level of portable fortified stronghold increased geometrically. Moreover, the preciousness of the materials also increases geometrically. Many of the materials Yang Feng has never heard of. Wait until building a level 7 portable fortified stronghold. God knows how long it would take. Yang Feng said, one step at a time. First, order me a level 5 liquid metal robot. Reduce the weight as much as possible. After transforming, thicken the armor. Mainly to protect me. A level 5 liquid metal robot requires the consumption of 20 Kuan of energy. May I ask if the priority is to manufacture a simplified bladed troop or a level 5 liquid metal robot? Liquid metal robot. Understood. Outside of Autumn Leaf Village, there is a large expanse of incomparably fertile black soil. A lot of dark skinny farmers are diligently farming like ants under the sun. The golden rice grains fluttered in the wind, forming a beautiful scenery. Suddenly, a burst of hoofbeats came from afar. Those farmers who were farming in the fields raised their heads to look, only to see a group of fully armed cavalrymen dressed in pitch-black cloaks rushing towards their direction. Black Wind Bandits. They're the Black Wind Bandits. Black Wind Bandits. One after another, panic-stricken voices sounded in this area. Those farmers' eyes revealed a panic-stricken expression, dropped everything, scrambled and fled in all directions. That group of cavalrymen dressed in pitch-black cloaks had malevolent smiles on their faces. As if a sharp arrow leaving a bowstring, they rushed towards Autumn Leaf Village. Ding, ding, ding. A loud and clear alarm reverberated throughout Red Leaf Town. All of the townspeople in Red Leaf Town fled back to their homes in fear. They grabbed their weapons and trembled in fear. Close the gates. Immediately close the gates. You idiots, hurry up. For the sake of your own lives, quickly close the gates. Near the gates of Autumn Leaf Castle, an officer with a pale complexion directed those warriors to close the castle gates. Under the officer's angry scolding, the gate of the castle finally closed slowly. Lord, it's not good. The Black Wind Bandits have arrived. The Black Wind Bandits have arrived. Manager Lu's complexion was pale. With a panic-stricken expression, he rushed into the castle's garden, shouting towards Yang Feng. Chapter 6. Black Wind Bandits? What's their origin? Yang Feng's eyebrows slightly creased as he followed Manager Lu towards the castle's city wall. Manager Lu then explained the Black Wind Bandits' origin to Yang Feng in detail. Black Wind Bandits is a bandit group active in the vicinity of Giant Stone City. They are all composed of cavalrymen. They come and go like the wind. They are extremely cunning. They plunder caravans and villages everywhere. Giant Stone City has sent troops several times to encircle and suppress them, but they were all defeated by the Black Wind Bandits. After several failures, everyone came to know that the Black Wind Bandits' leader Barry is a terrifying expert with the strength of a knight. Knight is the title given to experts who practice knight secret methods and break through the limits of the mortal body. An ordinary knight can casually use a 200 kilograms weapon. After wearing a knight armor covering their whole body, they are even more like an invulnerable tank. Their battle prowess is extraordinary, no one can match them. Among the several hundred people in Autumn Leaf Village, there is not a single knight rank expert. Autumn Leaf Castle's strongest expert is Autumn Leaf Castle's guard commander Xiaoen. He is only an intermediate warrior. If there is no city wall to protect, a knight can easily kill everyone in Autumn Leaf Castle. Generally speaking, experts with the cultivation of a knight will be recruited by major aristocrats. However, there are also some knights who for various reasons degenerate into bandits and criminals. Those knights who degenerate and become criminals are undoubtedly the most terrifying existence. Manager Lu told Yang Feng about the Black Wind Bandits' terror, while secretly looking at the 4 burly bodyguards at Yang Feng's side. His eyes flashed with a touch of suspicion. Autumn Leaf Village is a small town with a small population. The arrival of strangers will certainly cause no small sensation. When Yang Feng went out for a trip, there were 4 burly bodyguards at his side. Manager Lu was puzzled in his heart. However, Manager Lu is also clear that now is a dangerous time, so he didn't ask any questions that he shouldn't have asked. Yang Feng arrived above the city wall. He saw more than 100 fully armed cavalrymen wearing black cloaks riding on good horses galloping towards him. In front of the cavalrymen, a warrior wearing a knight's heavy armor riding a wildebeest is like a tank, his whole body emitting a kind of formidable oppressive feeling. Yang Feng looked around the city wall for a moment. There were 36 warriors on top of the city wall, 10 of which were archers, 8 of which were beginner warriors, and the only intermediate warrior was the guard commander Xiaoen. Using this little bit of strength to maintain Red Leaf Town's security was not a problem. However, if they wanted to deal with the Black Wind Bandit group that possessed a knight, it would undoubtedly be like striking a rock with an egg. The soldiers on top of the city wall looked at the Black Wind Bandits in the distance, their faces pale. Some of the soldiers' legs were even trembling, and even their hands that were holding their weapons were shaking. If it weren't for the protection of the 6-meter-tall city wall, the morale of these soldiers would have collapsed, and they wouldn't be able to fight anymore. All of the warriors in Autumn Leaf Castle had only fought for public security. They simply couldn't be compared to the warriors of the Black Wind Bandits who had experienced countless life and death battles. Every member of the Black Wind Bandit group was a low-level warrior. Moreover, they were low-level warriors who had experienced countless life and death battles. In a one-on-one fight, even Zhao En, the strongest in Red Leaf Town, might not necessarily be able to kill a warrior from the Black Wind Bandit group. The more than 100 Black Wind Bandits quickly arrived in front of Autumn Leaf Castle like a whirlwind. Barry, who was covered with a black knight's heavy armor, very easily dismounted from his horse. Through the gap of his helmet, he coldly looked at Autumn Leaf Castle. The more than 100 Black Wind Bandits members also skillfully dismounted from their horses and stood behind Barry. Their faces were full of sarcasm as they looked at Autumn Leaf Castle. Without any nonsense, Barry pulled out a huge knight's greatsword from his back and strode towards Autumn Leaf Castle. Behind Barry, the more than 100 Black Wind Bandits followed behind Barry and charged towards Autumn Leaf Castle. "Shoot the arrows! Shoot the arrows! Shoot him to death! Shoot Barry to death!" Zhaoen's face was pale as he loudly shouted. The 10 archers on top of the city wall desperately shot towards Barry. 10 arrows immediately shot towards Barry like raindrops. The level of training of the 10 archers was obviously not high. 9 out of 10 arrows missed their target. Only 1 arrow hit Barry's shoulder and then bounced off. Barry continued to rush towards Autumn Leaf Castle like a terrifying tank. He wasn't even the slightest bit affected. All the warriors on top of the city wall seeing this scene were frightened out of their wits and their morale fell. The second round of arrows didn't even graze Barry's body. Awesome! This is a heavy knight, really awesome. Yang Feng looked at the unbridled charge in the midst of the rain of arrows. His eyes flashed with a touch of admiration. After a few breaths, Barry directly arrived under Autumn Leaf Castle's city wall. His whole body erupted with a terrifying, imposing manner, and with a forceful step, he abruptly leaped up, leaping over the 6 meters high wall of Autumn Leaf Castle. He jumped on top of the wall and casually chopped down with his sword, directly cutting a soldier in 2 at the waist. Blood splattered everywhere, and internal organs scattered. Autumn Leaf Castle's warriors on top of the city wall had never experienced a bloody battle. Seeing such a terrifying scene, their morale directly collapsed and they fled in all directions. "Barry! Barry! Barry! Barry!" Under the city wall, the Black Wind Bandits members raised their weapons and issued bursts of fanatical and excited cheers. Barry coldly swept the Autumn Leaf Castle's warriors in all directions. He waved his hand and ropes were immediately thrown down from above the city wall. The Black Wind Bandits below immediately grabbed hold of ropes and began to climb up with great dexterity. Manager Lu's legs trembled. He glanced at the god of death like Barry and said in a trembling voice, "My lord, let's escape." No matter how high his martial arts are, a single shot will knock him down. A trifling knight, in front of guns and cannons, he's just a slag. Yang Feng coldly smiled and directly pulled out a 9mm caliber pistol from his waist. He aimed at Barry and pulled the trigger. Bang, 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 bang. That unbridled Barry was hit 6 times. The 9mm caliber pistol bullet hit Barry's knight's heavy armor and penetrated it. 6 bloody holes were opened on his body. Blood continuously gushed out from his body. "You actually injured me. Damned yellow-skinned bastard. You actually dared to injure the great knight Barry. I'll crush your bones inch by inch, then chop you up and feed you to the dogs." Barry's body was hit 6 times. His eyes were red and flashed with an endless ominous glint. He bellowed and his whole body erupted with a terrifying power. 6 bloody bullets abruptly ejected from his body. Chapter 7. Yang Feng saw Barry force the 6 bullets out of his body. He couldn't help but say, "So awesome. Even the bullets can be forced out. Knights are really awesome. No wonder it's so difficult to practice cultivation." On Earth, it's impossible to force the 6 bullets out of the body after being shot 6 times. Barry was simply the #1 martial Dao expert that Yang Feng had ever seen. But Barry was merely a knight. There were still 3 ranks above him: Great Knight, Earth Knight, and Sky Knight. And knights weren't this world's most formidable forces. Warlocks were this world's peak peerless experts. A trifling knight was already formidable to this extent, then who knows how formidable warlocks would be. This bit of knowledge made Yang Feng feel a trace of reverence towards this world. In Tyrandot subcontinent, as long as one advanced to a knight, then one would possess extraordinary strength, possessing strength far surpassing that of ordinary humans. Barry gave an angry roar, directly pulled out his greatsword and madly rushed towards Yang Feng. Yang Feng said faintly, "Blade One, go exchange a few blows with him. Apart from the head, you can attack the rest of his body." The Dao wearing sunglasses standing beside Yang Feng pulled out two super alloy blades one by one. His figure shook, as if a fierce tiger pounced towards Barry, at once appeared in front of Barry and fiercely chopped at him with his blade. Barry raised his greatsword to block. Ding! An incomparably ear-piercing sound of metal striking reverberated in the area. Barry's complexion paled, his figure violently retreated, drops of blood dripping from under his visor. "Knight, how could you have a knight-rank expert as your bodyguard?" Barry's eyes flashed with a whiff of horror as he cried out involuntarily. Supporting a knight was extremely difficult. The price of Barry's knight full-body armor was more than 400 gold coins. Apart from that, the lowest salary of a knight was no less than 20 gold coins per month, plus equipment maintenance, feeding horses and other expenses. Supporting a knight for a month would cost more than 30 gold coins. It's basically not something that a lesser aristocrat like Zhao Jiang could support. Yang Feng's eyes flashed with an excited radiance. He said in a low voice, "With a human body, he's actually able to block a robot's all-out attack. Truly amazing. Worthy of being an expert that surpasses the limits of a mortal's body." The bladed troop injured Barry with a single slash. It madly stomped the ground and continued to chop at Barry with the huge alloy war blade in its hand. Barry let out a furious roar, and his whole body erupted with a powerful life force. He waved the alloy sword in his hand and fought with the saber. After activating his powerful life force, Barry barely managed to withstand Sword One's ferocious attack. Even so, he was still at a complete disadvantage and was on the verge of collapsing. It looked like he would not be able to withstand 100 moves from Sword One. "Follow me. Once the city is breached, we'll massacre the entire city for 3 days." The vice leader of the Black Wind Bandits roared with a fierce glint in his eyes. "Kill! Kill!" The eyes of the over 100 bandits of the Black Wind Bandits flashed with a bloodthirsty glint. They quickly arrived at the bottom of the city wall, grabbed ropes, and climbed up. Yang Feng swept the Black Wind Bandits with a glance and said with a cold smile, "Gun One, kill them all, don't leave a single one alive." Gun One, who was carrying a 12.5mm heavy machine gun in each hand and a huge box of bullets on his back, quickly arrived at the top of the city wall. The two 12.5mm heavy machine guns in his hands all at once spouted extremely ferocious flames. The sound of heavy machine guns tearing through cloth at once echoed in the area. A bandit was shot in the head by a 12.5mm bullet, his head burst open like a watermelon. A bandit was shot in the shoulder by a 12.5mm bullet, his arm immediately split open. A bandit was shot in the chest. A huge bloody hole appeared in his chest. In front of that terrifying metal storm, those bandits didn't have the strength to resist. Blood splattered everywhere, turning into corpses one after another. "Leader, quickly flee." The Black Wind Bandits' vice leader watched as his subordinates were torn apart in front of that metal storm. His eyes were bloodshot and he wailed mournfully. In the next moment, a dozen heavy machine gun bullets bombarded the vice leader's body, instantly tearing his body into pieces. In less than 3 minutes, the Black Wind Bandits that shook Giant Stone City and the surrounding towns were cleanly massacred, turning into piles of minced meat and corpses. Using flesh and blood to resist the metal storm, it has already been proven countless times in history to be the most foolish behavior. "Zhao Jiang, you bastard, return my brother's life." Barry's eyes were bloodshot as he howled mournfully. Yang Feng coldly said, "Pigs and dogs of bandits also learn to be loyal to others. Gun One start." Gun one by one, the heavy machine gun's muzzle aimed at Barry. The heavy machine gun's sound of tearing through cloth once again echoed. The heavy machine gun's bullets easily penetrated Barry's heavy knight armor, directly tearing his lower body into pieces. Countless amounts of blood splattered everywhere. Blade One took advantage of the situation and stepped forward, brandishing that huge alloy blade and fiercely chopped down, directly beheading Barry. The warriors above Autumn Leaf Castle's city wall were dumbstruck when they saw this scene, as if they were in a dream. That Nightberry, who was almost like an invincible demon god, was actually easily killed by the two experts under Yang Feng's command. Those more than 100 Black Wind Bandits members were also turned into pieces. It was simply unimaginable. Manager Lu's eyes flashed with excitement, his voice trembling as he said, "Warlock, Warlock Alchemist. Lord, did you obtain the power of a Warlock Alchemist?" The warriors above the city wall also looked at Yang Feng with anticipation, awe and worship in their eyes. Warlock, that is the pinnacle of Tyrannid subcontinent's experts, they possess all kinds of outrageous extraordinary powers. Even if it was Fernandro Principality's king who met an official level 1 warlock, he would also have to be respectful, not daring to have any neglect. Only the power of a warlock could easily destroy the Black Wind Bandits, this kind of armed force. Yang Feng lightly said, "That's right, I obtained the power of a warlock alchemist." "Great! Great! Our Zhao clan can finally bring glory to our family name and carry forward." Manager Lu's body trembled, his eyes flowing with turbid tears. He excitedly muttered. The rest of Autumn Leaf Castle's warriors also issued bursts of excited cheers. To be able to become a warlock's subordinates, their future is bright. Yang Feng let Sword 1 carry Barry's severed head towards the direction of NR 3790 SAXS munitions factory. Once at the munitions factory, Yang Feng gave Barry's severed head to NR 3796, letting it read Barry's severed head's memories. Not long after, Barry's memories were read one by one, letting Yang Feng know the ins and outs of the matter. The Black Wind Bandits is the black gloves of Count Locke of Woodrock City next to Giant Stone City. Count Locke and Viscount He Lu are a pair of mortal enemies. Both sides are entangled in endless struggle. After Yang Feng borrowed a large amount of gold coins from Baron Kirov, Autumn Leaf Town is very likely to be annexed by Baron Kirov, strengthening Baron Kirov's strength. Count Locke then dispatched the Black Wind Bandits to exterminate Zhao clan. If the Zhao family is completely exterminated, the Zhao family's fief will be taken back to Fernandro Principality. Earl Locke will be able to use various means to transfer a noble close to Earl Locke here and invade Viscount Harley's territory. The enemy of my enemy is not necessarily my friend. Weakness is a sin, strength is the truth. A trace of enlightenment welled up in Yang Feng's mind. If Yang Feng didn't possess the power of Shi clan's inheritance, then he might have already become a corpse, not even knowing why he died. Chapter 8. Blackrock Town is one of the 10 towns under the jurisdiction of Giant Stone City. Blackrock Town is surrounded by mountains. Most of the land isn't suitable for farming. However, there are several large iron ore veins in Blackrock Town's surroundings. Blackrock Town's Baron Kirov relied on several large iron ore veins to turn Blackrock Town into a steel smelting and weapon manufacturing town. Blackrock Town's weapons are supplied to countless aristocrats of Fernandro Principality, earning Baron Kirov enormous wealth. Blackrock Town's prosperity is also far above that of Autumn Leaf Town. Autumn Leaf Town's total population is less than 1,000, while Blackrock Town's population is as high as 30,000. Blackrock Town is also the most prosperous town among the 10 towns under the jurisdiction of Giant Stone City. Blackrock Town's only shortcoming is that it's unable to produce its own food. Every year it needs to purchase large amounts of food from various places. It's precisely because of this that Baron Kirov set his sights on Zhao clan's Autumn Leaf Town. As long as he gets his hands on the fertile Autumn Leaf Town, Baron Kirov will no longer lack food. 2 kilometers outside Blackrock Town, on top of a small hillside. Yang Feng stands on top of the hillside, overlooking the distant Blackrock Town. Behind him stand 50 level 4-bladed troops, 50 level 4 gunner troops, 10 artillery troops as well as 2 level 5 liquid metal robots. All the robots are dressed in a pitch-black battle gown, looking awe-inspiring and full of murderous intent. Yang Feng pointed towards Blackrock Town and ordered, "Blackrock Town, I want it. Go and seize Blackrock Town for me. Those who resist will be killed without mercy." Those 112 robots simultaneously responded loudly with a mechanical synthesized voice. Finished speaking, 30 bladed troops, 30 gunner troops, 5 artillery troops as well as 1 level 5 liquid metal robot immediately rushed down the hillside, directly rushing towards Blackrock Town. Yang Feng took out a metal helmet and immediately put it on. That metal helmet is called Consciousness Transmission Helmet. It can transmit Yang Feng's consciousness to any robot within a radius of 5 kilometers equipped with a receiving microchip. This allows Yang Feng to directly control those battle robots equipped with receiving microchips. In Tyrandot subcontinent, there are knights with incomparably formidable physical strength. There are also strange and incomparably formidable warlocks. Many warlocks grasp the terrifying power to silently and directly kill people. Yang Feng didn't dare to personally go to the battlefield, otherwise, he wouldn't even know how he died. Before fusing with the inheritance robot N3796, Yang Feng's body was very fragile. Even an ordinary person could kill him. A powerful warlock would be able to kill him with just a little bit of effort. In a split second, Yang Feng's spirit linked with the level 5 liquid metal robot. The level 5 liquid metal robot's body distorted and quickly transformed into Yang Feng's body. This is the ability of the Shizu powerhouses. They can freely shuttle through the bodies of the robots under their command and completely control any robot. As long as his soul was not destroyed, he could be reborn in any robot's body. If you're about to die of old age and haven't found a way to extend your lifespan, becoming a robot is also a good choice. Yang Feng twisted his body and discovered that the body transformed from the liquid metal robot wasn't any worse than his own body, it was just like another body of his. It's a pity that this body can't feel anything. Yang Feng fiercely used all of his strength and pinched his right hand, almost deforming his right hand. Even so, his right hand still didn't feel anything. An 3790 SIXS voice sounded in Yang Feng's mind. Owner, if you want to feel something, it's not that there isn't a solution. As long as you build a level 3 portable fortified stronghold, then you can manufacture flesh and blood liquid metal robots. Those flesh and blood liquid metal robots can let you have all the sensations of a human's body. Humans like to carry out mating activities. You can also get a perfect experience. Shut up. Yang Feng somewhat angrily scolded. NR 3790 SIXS voice at once disappeared. Blackrock Town already had the embryonic form of a city. Blackrock Town was surrounded by a 6m high city wall. At the entrance of the city wall, there were 6 warriors guarding it. Seeing the more than 60 murderous robots dressed in black POW galloping towards them, the 6 warriors at once sounded the alarm. An incomparably ear-piercing alarm at once reverberated in Blackrock Town. The pure steel city gate at once closed, blocking the city gate. More than 30 well-trained, fully armed archers arrived above the city gate, extremely vigilant looking at Yang Feng's troops. Attack the city gate. Yang Feng ordered. 5 artillery troops at once stood out, 120 mm heavy artillery muzzles at once aimed at the city gate. Rumble! Along with 5 earth-shattering explosions, the city gate made of pure steel at once exploded into pieces. The terrifying vibrations even caused quite a few archers above the city wall to fall down. Warlocks, warlock alchemists. They're warlocks. Above the city wall, a squad leader saw this scene. He was scared witless and muttered in horror. Those archers also had ashen complexions, their bodies trembling incessantly. Warlocks are this world's most formidable existences. Some formidable warlocks are comparable to gods in the eyes of mortals. Now that the city gate has been breached, those warriors have lost the confidence to contend against the legendary warlocks. Only those most elite, most formidable armies that have gone through arduous training have the courage to contend against warlocks. Blackrock Town is such a small place's army, they basically don't have the courage to contend against a formidable warlock. Those who kneel and disarm and surrender will not be killed. Those who resist will be killed. A bladed troop came out from the crowd and shouted loudly. The bodies of the archers above the city wall trembled. They hesitated for a moment. An archer took the lead to throw down his weapon and kneel on the ground. As if causing a chain reaction, the rest of the warriors also threw down their weapons one by one and kneeled on the ground. After Yang Feng dispatched 5 bladed troops to take over the captives, he continued to command the large army to advance inside Blackrock Town. Within Blackrock Town, at this moment, it was already quiet. All of the town's residents went into hiding inside their homes, using a frightened gaze to look at Yang Feng and his entourage. Blackrock Castle's city wall is 10 m high. Its diameter is up to 1 kilometer. The whole body is built using black rock with a degree of hardness comparable to steel. The 10 m high city wall, even a knight rank expert is unable to jump over it. A great knight rank expert also needs to take off their heavy armor in order to be able to jump over such a high city wall. Above Blackrock Castle's city wall stands more than 200 soldiers. Those soldiers are wearing leather armor and all kinds of weapons, standing at their posts. Their spirit, chi and spirit are obviously several times more formidable than Autumn Leaf Castle's warriors. Above the city wall are placed 2 heavy crossbows. Each heavy crossbow is up to 7 m long. The crossbow's length is also up to 7 m long. It requires 5 to 6 people to simultaneously operate. Only then can one heavy crossbow be directly pulled. That heavy crossbow's might is boundless. Even if a great knight rank expert was shot by an arrow, they would also be killed. Chapter 9. Baron Kirov went up the city wall, bowed deeply towards Yang Feng and said respectfully, "I'm Blackrock Town's lord, Baron Kirov. Honorable Warlock Darren, may I ask why you want to attack my Blackrock Town? If Blackrock Town has offended you in any way, then I hope to be able to pay gold coins to appease you." As an aristocrat, Baron Kirov is very clear about warlock strength and nobility. In Tyrannid subcontinent, any state must have the support of an official warlock. A state that loses the support of a warlock will be destroyed, then a new state will be born or it will be annexed by other states. Baron Kirov, do you still recognize me? Yang Feng took off the mask on his face, revealing Zhao Zhang's face and said with a slight smile towards Baron Kirov. Baron Kirov's complexion changed greatly, a trace of an ominous premonition welled up in his heart. He involuntarily said, "Baron Zhao Jiang." Baron Kirov's thoughts turned lightning fast and he quickly said, "Baron Zhao Jiang, attacking a baron's territory for no reason, that's a felony. If the people of the council come to know of it, then your title and territory will be directly stripped. It's still not too late for you to leave now. This matter, I can pretend that it didn't happen." Within Fernandro Principality, attacking another aristocrat's territory is absolutely an extremely serious crime. Once discovered, even if it's a bigwig like Viscount Harley, he will also be stripped of his title and territory. Baron Kirov has always wanted to seize Zhao Zhang's title and territory, but he has no choice but to use all kinds of underhanded means. He absolutely doesn't dare to directly attack Zhao Zhang's territory. Yang Feng gave a cold smile. His gaze was cold as he said, "Baron Kirov, you actually dare to send people to assassinate me. Today, I'll send you on your way. Please repent properly in hell. Kill all those who resist." Yang Feng's development in Autumn Leaf Town has already reached a bottleneck. Blackrock Town has a large amount of ore, that's his goal. Only by seizing Blackrock Town can Yang Feng rapidly develop and manufacture more and more powerful robots. Only by having more and more powerful robots can he survive better in this world. No matter what Baron Kirov says, Yang Feng won't give up on seizing Blackrock Town. 30 gunner troops at once aimed the muzzles of their heavy machine guns above the city wall and pulled the triggers. Tongues of flames spat out, and in an instant, the entire city wall was covered in blood. Under the heavy machine gun bullets, almost all the soldiers who stuck their heads out were blown up. Baron Kirov was also torn apart by countless heavy machine gun bullets, turning into minced meat that fell to the ground. The 5 artillerymen aimed their 120mm heavy cannons directly at the entrance of the Black Rock Fort. With a flash of fire, the gates of the Black Rock Fort were blasted into smithereens. The figures of 30 bladed troops, whose battle prowess was comparable to a knight rank, flashed and directly rushed into the Blackrock Castle. From within the Blackrock fort came a series of screams and wails. Before long, Blackrock Castle's resistance was easily suppressed and Blackrock Castle, which carried a strong smell of blood, fell under Yang Feng's control. Without experts with extraordinary powers such as knights and warlocks keeping watch, ordinary humans were basically unable to resist Yang Feng's mechanical legion. Once Blackrock Castle fell, the entire Blackrock town fell into Yang Feng's hands. Yang Feng immediately dispatched a large number of bladed troops as well as a large number of mining robots to directly occupy the mines, resume production and excavate ores. At the same time, a large number of energy-absorbing sun umbrellas also continuously blossomed in the mountains and wastelands surrounding Blackrock Town. One by one, engineering robots, as if worker ants, bustled about in a large wasteland and began to build a large-scale munitions factory. Within the entire Blackrock Town's mines, the sounds of machinery rumbled unceasingly. All kinds of large iron and steel smelting machinery and equipment were manufactured by those engineering robots. Those mining robots, with mining tools in their hands, by far surpassed this era's mining tools, entered the mines and unceasingly excavated ores day and night. After upgrading all kinds of mining equipment, Blackrock Town's daily output of ores was more than 100 times that of the past. After obtaining the large amount of ores produced by Blackrock Town, Autumn Leaf Town's munitions factory also operated at full horsepower. Every day a large number of mining robots, engineering robots and battle robots were produced and transported to Blackrock Town. Due to Yang Feng killing Baron Kirov, within Blackrock Town appeared a large number of people fleeing. A large number of miners, townspeople, lesser aristocrats and freedmen directly fled from Blackrock Town, mainly moving in the direction of Giant Stone City. If it was an ordinary aristocrat lord, a large number of his subjects fleeing would absolutely give them a headache. After all, every subject has to pay taxes, it's the lord's wealth. But for Yang Feng, it doesn't matter if his subjects flee. For him, his mechanical legion is the most loyal subject that creates the most wealth. After plundering the entire Blackrock Castle, Yang Feng collected a total of 30,000 gold coins in cash, as well as a large number of antiques, works of art, deeds for all kinds of real estate in Giant Stone City, deeds for houses. Blackrock Town is a small town rich in all kinds of ores, although Baron Kirov needs to take out a large amount of money every year to bribe everyone. But his wealth also exceeds 200,000 gold coins, but the majority of his wealth is used to buy all kinds of real estate in Giant Stone City, all kinds of works of art and antiques. The cash on hand is also very limited, merely 30,000 gold coins. From Baron Kirov's brain, Yang Feng read a lot of information. He obtained a cultivation method that can be practiced until the knight rank. But that knight cultivation method can only be practiced until the knight rank. It's far from being comparable to Zhao Clan's Thunderox. Yang Feng also doesn't have any interest in practicing it. Many reconnaissance satellites flew into the sky, scouting Giant Stone City's movements. From the information obtained from Baron Kirov's brain, Giant Stone City's population is as high as 600,000. The number of knights in Giant Stone City exceeds 100. Viscount Harley alone had over 30 knights and 3 grand knights under his command. In addition, Giant Stone City also has more than 30 apprentice warlocks. An Earth Knight's rank is comparable to a level 3 apprentice warlock. A Sky Knight's battle prowess is comparable to a level 1 official warlock. But the number of experts able to practice until Earth Knight and Sky Knight are very few. Only the followers of some extremely powerful warlocks could possibly become Earth Knights, Sky Knights and other such experts. In Fernandro Principality, the number of Knight rank powerhouses was more than 10,000, but there was only one Sky Knight rank powerhouse. The scarcity of Sky Knights can be imagined. Giant Stone City's strength, Yang Feng has the confidence to rely on his mechanical legion to destroy them. But behind Giant Stone City there's a warlock force called Black Cottage supporting them. That Black Cottage has an incomparably formidable level 1 warlock. In Tyrannid subcontinent, warlocks are the pinnacle of experts. If a level 1 warlock participates in a mortal's battle, then if the other side doesn't have the means to keep them in check, then a level 1 warlock can very easily behead the enemy's high-ranking officer amidst an army of 10,000. destroying the enemy's will to resist. Currently, Yang Feng's Mechanical Legion's main forces are Level 4 Mechanical Legion. After the main forces are replaced with Level 6 Mechanical Legion, only then will he have the absolute certainty to defeat a Level 1 Warlock. After occupying Blackrock Town, Yang Feng's forces are unceasingly expanding with each passing day. His forces will skyrocket by a fraction. Time is on his side. Chapter 10. Giant Stone City is one of Fernandro Principality's 16 major cities. The city's population is as high as 600,000. Giant Stone City's City Lord's mansion in the center of Giant Stone City. In a conference hall sat 5 men. Sitting in the main seat is a man with short golden hair, blue eyes, aquiline nose, fair skin, a tall and sturdy figure, exuding a gloomy and formidable aura. This man is Giant Stone City's City Lord, Viscount Harley. Apart from Viscount Harley, the other 4 men are respectively Giant Stone City's 4 great clans' patriarchs, Portman clan, Bennett clan, Manny clan and Luge clan's patriarchs. Viscount Harley and Giant Stone City's 4 great clans jointly control everything in Giant Stone City. Viscount Harley slowly said, Blackrock Town's Baron Kirov was killed. The 4 great clans' patriarchs looked at each other and remained silent. After Baron Kirov was killed by Yang Feng, the news quickly reached their ears. But the person involved was an expert who obtained a warlock's inheritance. This made them extremely fearful. Among the 4 great clans, each of the clans has a few apprentice warlocks. They are very clear on how strange and formidable warlocks' methods are. If they provoke a formidable official warlock, then the destruction of their clans will be very easy. As long as Yang Feng doesn't encroach on their core interests, they can remain silent. Viscount Harley's eyebrows slightly creased as he said in a deep voice, I intend to ask Black Cottage for help. I'll ask them to eliminate that wicked apprentice warlock. Portman clan's patriarch asked, Apprentice warlock? City Lord Darren, are you sure that it's an apprentice warlock? The difference in strength between an apprentice warlock and an official warlock is like a moat. An apprentice warlock may be besieged and killed by a mortal army. But an official warlock, as long as he isn't stupid enough to fight to the death with a mortal army, he can absolutely behead the commander of the mortal army and then easily leave. Some formidable warlocks can even defeat a 10,000-person mortal army by themselves. Giant Stone City has 5,000 regular troops, plus all the apprentice warlocks joining forces to fight against a level 1 warlock. The odds are still against them. After all, a level 1 warlock can easily kill all the apprentice warlocks as long as he secretly acts. Unless that level 1 warlock is stupid enough to wait for Giant Stone City to assemble all of its troops and apprentice warlocks, and then fight with them. Viscount Harley said in a deep voice, if it was a level 1 warlock, then he alone would be able to capture Blackrock Town. According to the intelligence, he had mobilized nearly 100 soldiers to capture Blackrock Town. Moreover, if he was an official warlock, he absolutely wouldn't kill an aristocrat for no reason. That would be equivalent to declaring war on the Black Cottages, sir. Only those who have just obtained power and don't know any better would dare to kill a noble without any scruples. In Tyrannid subcontinent, an official warlock wouldn't easily kill an aristocrat if it wasn't necessary. It's very likely that there's another warlock hiding behind those aristocrats. Unless the aristocrat offended an official warlock, then the official warlock would kill the aristocrat without the interference of the other warlock. This was Tyrannid subcontinent's unwritten rule. Warlocks were aloof, their dignity could not be violated. But at the same time, an official warlock must also respect another official warlock, otherwise it will lead to a war between warlocks. Giant Stone City's backer was Black Cottage, this warlock group. Black Cottage's warlocks simply wouldn't care about the battles between mortals. But once an apprentice warlock acted against Giant Stone City and its subsidiary forces, then if there wasn't any special reason, then Black Cottage's warlocks would absolutely dispatch experts to kill that apprentice warlock who didn't know the immensity of heaven and earth. Bennett clan's patriarch said unhurriedly, inviting Black Cottage to act, the price won't be light. Warlocks weren't otherworldly existences. On the contrary, warlocks were existences that needed to consume a huge amount of money. Every official warlock possessed a huge amount of wealth, but at the same time their expenses were also frighteningly large. A potion refined by a warlock could be sold for hundreds or even thousands of gold coins. Even a potion worth tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of gold coins wasn't uncommon. As Giant Stone City's backer, Black Cottage would collect a huge amount of gold coins every year. At the same time, they would casually act for a price of more than 50,000 gold coins. Even Giant Stone City's 4 great clans would feel extreme heartache for such a huge amount of money. It was precisely because of this that Giant Stone City basically wouldn't request Black Cottage's help if there wasn't a major event. The other 3 great clans' patriarchs also focused their gazes on Viscount Harley. Viscount Harley said in a deep voice, "From this year's taxes, we'll take 30,000 gold coins, I'll give another 10,000 gold coins, and each of the 4 of you will give 2,500 gold coins. After we get rid of that ignorant fool, we'll divide the spoils according to the amount of investment." Good. The other 4 great clans' patriarchs nodded in satisfaction. Having convinced the 4 great clans' patriarchs, Viscount Harley arrived at the rear garden. In the rear garden, there was a black crow's nest on top of a white oak tree. After a strange white crow saw Viscount Harley enter the rear garden, it immediately flew to Viscount Harley's arm and spoke in a human voice. "Viscount Harley, did you come here to deliver food to me? I want to eat wild boar, roasted pork thigh that drips with oil." Your cook's culinary skills are truly terrible. I suggest that you directly hang him and replace him with a new one. Viscount Harley slightly respectfully said towards the white crow, "Mr. Bobo Darren, please send my regards to the mighty Black Cottage's master, and tell him that I need his help. An evil warlock force has appeared in Blackrock Town. They're attempting to provoke the mighty Black Cottage's master. We've already prepared a tribute of 50,000 gold coins. We ask the mighty Black Cottage's master to help us dispel this evil." The white crow flapped its wings and said in a loud voice, "Good, Mr. Bobo Darren will convey your words to the mighty Black Cottage's master. However, after Mr. Bobo Darren returns, you want to eat a plump wild boar thigh, roasted until it drips with oil." Viscount Harley said with a smile, "As you wish. After you return, you'll receive a roasted wild boar thigh that drips with oil." The white crow nodded in satisfaction. It flapped its wings and directly flew out of the city lord's mansion. Black Cottage isn't like what ordinary people think. It's hidden in the depths of the mountains and forests. On the contrary, Black Cottage is located in one of Fernandro Principality's 16 major cities, Black City. Black City is located 100 kilometers north of Giant Stone City. Its population is as high as 200,000. Black City's area is second only to Fernandro Principality's capital, Dragon Rocky City. It's twice as big as Giant Stone City. In the center of Black City, there's a huge area with forests, lakes, streams, hills, and other kinds of terrains. It's a dreamlike huge manor. The entire manor practically occupies 1/3 of Black City's area. This huge and beautiful manor is Black Cottage's headquarters. Welcome to Legends of Cultivation, audiobooks, where we bring ancient fantasy to life through storytelling. Follow the rise of heroes who defy fate, unlock mystical powers, and battle across celestial realms. Our audiobooks are crafted for fans of Chinese cultivation novels, filled with battles, breakthroughs, and legendary artifacts. Subscribe and be part of an unforgettable journey into the realm of immortality.